Hey everyone, so this is Garmin's Venu 2 Plus here. This is Garmin's smartwatch. If you want a smartwatch from Garmin, this is the smartest watch you can buy. And of course, being Garmin though, it is more oriented towards your fitness end with some decent smartwatch features thrown in there. And again, this is Garmin's smartest watch you can buy though. But with that said, there are a few things I am disappointed in this watch. So first, this does cost here in the US $450. It almost never goes on sale. I think I've only seen it on sale for Black Friday. So this is a $450 watch, and it is missing some features that you can get on a $250 Samsung watch, or you can get on Apple watches. So I'm kind of comparing this to those for smartwatch feature-wise. Because of course, fitness-wise, this will blow either of those two out of the water, in my opinion. But the first thing here is notifications. So for mine, we go up here, we go into notifications. So I actually sent myself a picture message, but if we click on this, all it will tell you is that it is a picture message. And then for a quick reference to this is my Fenix 6X Sapphire here. So you can see again, tells me all that it is a picture message. So for again being this is their smartwatch, it really doesn't tell you anything else. It doesn't show you the picture, which is rather disappointing. So you cannot see a picture. So again, with the Samsung or the Apple, their smartwatches, even their cheaper ones, you can actually see the pictures of what someone sent you. Now I can reply to this by hitting this and then hitting reply. You can of course also, because I have it hooked up to an Android, we can reply to it. If you have it hooked up to an iPhone, you will not be able to reply. You can just see the message, unless of course it is a picture message. So we can hit reply here, and then all we have are these quick responses. Now you can set up different ones through the app on your Android phone, but again, you compare this to like Samsung or the Apple Watch, where you can actually send legitimate text messages to people. Again, looking at my Fenix 6X here, it has the same exact thing. So again, you just have these quick replies, which again you can set up in the app. You can set up different ones, but you are limited to quick replies. Again, compare that to Samsung or Apple. You can do quick replies. You can do actual, have the actual keyboard. You can type in a message. You can send, you can send like emojis and do a whole bunch of different stuff. So for being a smartwatch, it really isn't, for text messages and emails, it isn't really any smarter than what you get here, except for you can also do voice replies, which is something you cannot do on, say, this or any other Garmin watch. So you can do voice replies here, but in order to do that, it's a little bit of a workaround. You hold down, I won't do it now because I'm using my phone to record this video, but you hold down this middle button here, and whoever your assistant is, so if it is Siri, if it is Google, if it is Bixby, whatever, you hold this down, they'll ask you what you want to do. You say send message to whoever, then it'll say, well, what do you want to say? And then you say whatever you want your text message to say. So it isn't as easy as just doing a nice, on keyboard, swiping your actual message out. You have to go through a few different steps just to get your voice message sent out to the person. So it does work. So in that sense, it is better than any other Garmin watch like my Fenix here, but it is a little bit of a workaround. Going off of the smart features again, off of the replying, you can answer phone calls from this, and it actually does sound, it works pretty well. It's not the loudest, it doesn't sound 100% the best, and you're better to of course talk through your phone, but you can do it just like you can on the Samsung or the Apple, which is really cool. Something you can only do on the Venu 2 Plus is actually answer phone calls, which is really awesome, or on the Venu series. Another disappointment for me, and I've talked about this in a couple of other videos, so I'm not going to go too in depth here, is you're kind of limited to Garmin bands. These are 20mm quick release bands. They're just standard 20mm bands, but for some reason, third-party bands like I have here on my Amazfit have a tendency to pop off of the Garmin Venu 2 Plus here. Move your wrist a certain way, it just pops right on off. Or for me, if I was holding down this bottom button to get to this menu, it actually pops off the band off of my wrist, and then you almost lose your watch. So I've had it with multiple different third-party bands, again from Amazon, where it just I almost lose my watch because it pops right on off. So again, talk about this in other videos, but it has issues with third-party bands just not staying on, they do on every other band I have them on, like this Amazfit or on the Samsung. Now those are just a couple of things that have disappointed me. Again, they're not deal breakers. Well, for most people, they're not going to be deal breakers, but they are kind of a little bit of disappointments. Again, when you spend $450 on a smartwatch and you don't get all of the smartest features you can get on a way cheaper Samsung or Apple Watch, it is a little bit disappointing. But of course, again, this is more just like every other Garmin watch out there, especially like the Phoenix here. It is more oriented towards your fitness, but it is supposed to be, their smartest watch. So again, it's just a little bit disappointing. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, again, these are probably not going to be deal breakers for most people. So again, you can of course get their messages. You just cannot see the pictures, and then you can't actually do legitimate text messages to people except for these quick replies when you're on Android. So, and then again, the band. So a bit disappointing for me, but some people won't even switch out band anyway. Y'all let me know what you think. As always, I appreciate you. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.